We've all been there. You rush your cab past Buckingham Palace, drive customers from A to B, execute a couple of slick 180s and jump from ferry to ferry over the Thames? Wait, what? Welcome to the crazy world that is Midtown Madness, a classic that has been waiting on a successor for 17 years. The last instalment in the series, Midtown Madness 3, was released in 2003 and was, besides Halo, one of the 2 launch titles of the original Xbox. Today, we're going to take a closer look at Midtown Madness 2, as it's available on the PC and therefore doesn't require us to go upstairs to the attic and dust off our already retired Xbox. But don't worry, Midtown Madness 2 has everything that made this franchise great at the beginning of the millennium. Let's start with the biggest selling point, the maps. Midtown Madness 2 comes with 2 fully explorable cities in the form of London and San Francisco. Of course, they aren't one-to-one in size, but feature all the remarkable sights that you would expect to see on your visit. In London, you can drive past Buckingham Palace, Big Ben, Tower Bridge, and Trafalgar Square, while the famous cable cars, the Golden Gate Bridge, Lombard Street, and, with some imagination, Alcatraz, are waiting to be explored in San Fran. The game mode Cruise is perfect for such a discovery tour, which, like its name implies, invites you to explore the cities to your heart's desire. Creating chaos and unrest are characteristic of the Midtown Madness franchise. Demolishing lampposts, traffic signs, and of course telephone booths is super fun, while the cops are trying to stop you on your path of mayhem. So if you are searching for light-hearted fun and some chaos without consequences, Cruise is probably the right thing for you. Fun fact, the developers behind Midtown Madness 1 and 2, Angel Studios, are still creating open cities to explore and cause mayhem in. Today, they are known as Rockstar San Diego and are responsible for Midnight Club, Red Dead Redemption, and to some extent, Grand Theft Auto 5. They've surely come a long way. But back to Midtown Madness 2. The game features a diverse roster of cars, ranging from slower but crazier ones, like a London bus or a fire truck, to super sports cars, like the Aston Martin Vantage or Panos GTR 1. All rides come with different paint jobs, of which some must be unlocked first. Cars differ in their driving behaviour, but don't expect too much, as most of them feel pretty similar. The biggest difference can be noticed in acceleration, top speed, and the amount of hits a car can take before falling apart. Damage is displayed in the bottom left corner with the help of a damage meter. While destroying obstacles at the side of the road or crashing into other cars, the meter turns from green to red over time. The damage is also visible on your car, but owed to its time, this feature was often described as bird poop by the community. We'd better not say anything about that. When your stampede comes slowly but surely to an end and you get your final hit, your ride will opt out for a short period of time. Afterwards, you can continue fully repaired. If cruising is not what you came for and you look for a true challenge instead, Midtown Madness 2 has got you covered as well. The story mode Crash Course comes with rock-hard trials that can bring the most serious sim racers to their knees.
Cut! Let's take it from the top, people!
The game lets you slip into the role of a cabbie in London or stunt driver in San Francisco. You are tossed into nerve-wracking missions that are by no means easy.
Cut!
For example, the game starts off quietly with some long jumps, parkour drives, and sight detection challenges.
The Tower of London?
But a few lessons in, you suddenly need to do 180s, shake off the bad guys, and make complex jump sequences from one ferry to another to complete the mission. And after you pass those lessons individually, you have to queue all of them together in one big challenge, where one small mistake sees you go back to the start.
Cut!
And no, this is not old but gold Dark Souls, but at least a fun challenge that demands a steady hand and fast reflexes from you. But believe me, passing the final exam and unlocking a new car is truly an exciting gaming experience.
The victory for Champion Joe! Yeah!
Besides the driving school, Midtown Madness 2 also offers more creative game modes. In Blitz, it's you versus the clock. You have to make it to a series of checkpoints in no particular order, which requires you to think ahead and map out a plan beforehand. Often, checkpoints are placed so that the nearest one is not always the fastest way to drive the parkour. So in reality, Blitz is more like a puzzle combined with racing. The mode Checkpoint adds opponents to that mix, but is otherwise more or less the same. Of course, there is a circuit racing mode as well, and this one leads to many crazy variations in both cities, but be aware that there is no option to adjust the opponent difficulty, which can make the races harder than you think. Also, every race from the 3 game modes comes with different settings for traffic, pedestrian, and cop density. Cops and traffic in particular change the way you play, as both limit the way you can maneuver through tight corners. But all in all, the cops are pretty harmless, as they can't arrest you. Actually, they are more like an obstacle that tries to ram you off the track and ruin your day. Only one last question remains for this trip down memory lane. Where is its successor? Midtown Madness 3 was a huge success on the original Xbox, as it was shipped bundled together with the console. Especially the online community was going strong for a long period of time, and rumours of a remake have emerged on numerous occasions. Microsoft owns the franchise now, which acquired several new studios in the past years, some of which are working on remakes of long-forgotten classics. But in the end, fans can only hope that their prayers will be heard, and that Midtown Madness will light up our television screens once again soon. But until then, Midtown Madness 2 is still a good choice. And that's it for today. If you're interested in more old but gold classics, check out our video about Star Wars racers. And for more esports racing content in general, visit overtake.gg or our YouTube and other social media channels. Until next time, cheers!